Hello and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video. Now, in the last video I managed to make my way back to Sweden from Finland, and there wasn't really much in the way of jobs trying to come out of the town that we were in, so I just had to pick what I could. Initially the plan was to go all the way to the top of Norway and see what I could find there, but unfortunately the job that I wanted despawned, so that was that. Now, having reached the latest level, whatever level I am on, 24, 25, whatever it is, I thought it would be a good idea to buy a new truck. Some people have been asking for me to configure a new truck, so I thought I would go ahead and do so. But in order to do that, I need to drive to the nearest dealership. So in this video, I'm going to drive to a dealership, sort of. I'm going to go to Stockholm to visit the Scania factory and see if I can pick up a new Scania from there. But in order to do that, I'm going to have to drive down, all the way down to sort of the lower half of Sweden. Why not take a journey there in the meantime and actually make some money whilst I'm at it? So in this video, I'm going to be picking up some scooters from BMW. Yes, BMW do scooters. 9 tons of scooters, and then shipping them off or sending them, driving them all the way to Stena Line, which I believe is a shipping company, which I assume is then going to continue by shipping it off to Estonia, maybe, looking at where the route goes from there. I have no idea. That part is not going to be my problem. So make sure you stay tuned for a journey where I take 9 tons of BMW scooters to be shipped off into Europe somewhere. Let's get started, and then after that there will be a journey, of course. This will hopefully be in the next video, unless this video is 2 episodes long, or this journey is 2 episodes long. Then after that I shall be going to the Scania factory and purchasing a brand new Scania, which will be kitted and outfitted differently to what I currently have. Right, here we go. Time to get myself started and on my way. Which gear would I need to move off here? I suppose 4th will do. So it is going to be sunset, or the sun is setting, but that really is not going to be too much of a problem for me, really. And the reason for that is simple fact that I have to drive through the night, so that in the next video I'm at Scania when they are actually open. So they have opening hours, and I really do not want to do I need to be in this lane? Yes. I do not want to be waiting for them, so I may as well drive through the night. And to be completely honest, I do get decent nighttime driving nowadays. I've brightened up the video a little, so that the nighttime driving is a little better than it used to be. Looks like I'm going to be unlocking something here too. Is it this? No, it must be something. It's an Iveco dealership. Oh, I could get an Iveco. Now, that is kind of tempting, but for now I'm just going to pick up what I was going to pick up. Why is whistle? Why is whistle over here? Right, so let me go ahead and grab the job. Also just move my I've got this headphone, there we go, it's getting in the way, the cable for it. So that is the one I want, and whistle is just not the right, definitely not the right one. These are all British ones, certainly not right. No, CityLink doesn't exist, Lynx doesn't exist. DPD could be valid. That is even better. This is excellent. What would it be in? Would it be in a curtain master, profi liner, whatever that is? Dry freighter? No, it isn't going to be in a dry freighter. I think I have to take one of these. No, it will probably be. I would think. Let me take that, just because I may as well drive a double for a while, right? Let's do that. Apparently it's fragile, so I'm going to have to be very, very careful. But I will have to see what I can do. Hopefully not crashing it into anything. Okay, time to take it to wherever I need to take it to, or pick it up first, actually. I was going to say time to pick it up and then take it to wherever it needs to be taken. I know this isn't going exactly to Stockholm. I know it's going to be somewhere near there. So yes, I'm not saying that it definitely is going there. Sorry, I got distracted by that truck. The lighting on that truck is excellent. And probably have messed up my connection here to the... Oh no, that looks okay. Good. I did almost mess up my connection to that. Right, let's go ahead and couple. That is now coupled. And really I need to look for an opportunity here for a screenshot. See, if only we could get more lights down the side. This actually looks really good. I need to find a good opportunity here though to take the screenshot. Something that is going to really give us a decent look. Again, I've forgotten the maybe I was going to try and get the BMW logo. I might try it again in a minute, but let me first off look at the keyboard controls to remember the photo mode control again. Camera, walk, photo mode, activation equals. It's just so much faster once you know what you're doing. There we go. BMW Trons. In fact, that does not look too bad. A bit of adjustment perhaps on the focusing. Maybe bring the transition to something like that. No, it needs to be just a bit more. Maybe that actually does not look too bad. I need to work a little on maybe the lights flares or something about it isn't yet correct, and I do need to try to work on it, and I will as time goes on. I'll figure it out. Right, so remember, double trailer, that is important to remember. Do not see anything there. No, why are you doing... Really? Have you seen what's coming out here? You absolute... That is what you call a level 1... Thank you, you are smarter. Or not. Right, that has managed to... I managed to make my way out of there. Doesn't look like BMW's in here, but I'm just looking to see if there's going to be an opportunity very quickly, just to see There we go. Look, you've got the BMW logo there. So I just want to see if there's any opportunity here to try and pick up the idea of taking a BMW. That logo looks really weird though. What is wrong with that logo? Maybe I shouldn't, because that logo looks quite awkward. Yeah, maybe I won't. Let's just continue on our way. It's fine. So hopefully everybody is having a great day, whatever day this is coming out on. I have absolutely no idea. Am I turning off here? I think I am. Oh no, not here. Turning off just here. Well, that was interesting. This should be coming out, I'm hoping, on Saturday? Maybe Sunday. I'm not sure. My trailer, or my trailer wagons, multiple trailers. Yes, my trailers are bigger than what that one was, so I'm going to have to be more careful about my driving. But this should not be too difficult. I have been considering getting a new monitor at some point in the next few months. Unfortunately, the idea of getting a new monitor and the way, or what I want with said monitor, means that I'm going to have to upgrade to 1440p because there's no point me getting a new monitor that is still 1080p and just a few inches bigger. That is not going to be useful. I think that is going to be all but pointless. So I'm not going to do that. I may as well actually get a better resolution, and I have no intention of going to 4K. I know 4K is all great and all, but I have no intention of going to 4K. I think that it would be not very good for, I think you should be able to, come on, there we go. I would say that was a fairly sensible move from me. Because though I could have overtaken them, and certainly I did have the right to do so, it would have probably caused that truck more problems, having to slow down a lot more and then having to accelerate. So it's better for me to slow down just a little, give them that room, because they were technically in front, and they were peeling off there anyway, so there we go. Lovely. So yes, moving to something like a 1440p is a good idea. Are you going to please tell me you are going to pull out? Yes, although you're not accelerating. Why are you not accelerating? See, that is then really poor. What are you doing? You are just not accelerating. Okay, well, whilst we're waiting on a big on quality, a little on price. Really? Have I missed something about the speed? No. No, I haven't. Just... okay, well, this is going to take a while. And this delivery is rather urgent, I think. I'm assuming we do not want to miss the ferry. So yes, whilst I want to move up, or whilst I'm looking to get a larger monitor, there is no point to me staying at 1080p. On the flip side, there is no point me going up to 4K. And the reason for that is quite simple. Are you going to move lanes? Because if you are, I am going to overtake you. You are not. Really? I want to get into that lane. Okay. I wish I knew which button was my... it's not that one. It's not that one. I need to find out which button is my horn. That was ridiculous. Right, as soon as this goes back up to 2 lanes, I'm going to have to overtake this guy. Oh, he's turning off anyway. Oh, good riddance. Where are you indicating for? I was going to say, what? Where are they turning off? Because the turning was to the left, and okay. Never mind. What was I talking about? Oh yes. So 1440p 4K. There's no point to me going to 4K because, well, I'm going to. Oh look, B&Q. Being distracted. I'm going to have to. Where is this person indicating? I'm very, very confused right now. They're going to pull back into this lane, aren't they? I'm waiting for it. Come on. There we go. I'm not staying behind this person because they are dangerous. So, yes, if I move to 4K, then I'm going to need quite a powerful graphics card to run a number of things, such as Microsoft Flight Simulator. It is not going to be the easiest thing to run. And on top of that, Microsoft Flight Simulator is already struggling as it is on my machine. With the fact that it is CPU band as well as GPU band. Now currently I have an RTX 2070. I picked it up some 5 years ago when it was new, because my machine at the time, or my graphics card at the time, which was a what was it? It was a EVGA. Yes, EVGA. That is a company that no longer makes graphics cards, or seems to perhaps not be making anything at the moment. But yes, it was a EVGA 780 GTX 780 Ti. Excellent graphics card, and that was what I had at the time. And I need to, at that time, it sort of went poof. And once it went poof, I thought I needed to buy a new graphics card. What's up with the wheel on that bus? Can you just see the way the wheel is on that bus? Come on. So yes, it went poof, and I thought, well, that is not ideal. So I purchased a 2070 at the time. That 2070 has lasted me since then, so it has been about 5 years. The graphics cards have gone up in price a ridiculous amount. So I am loath to buy a new one, but I think I may have no choice. Going up to 4K, if I were to do that, would give me two problems. Problem number one is going to be that as I go up to 4K, I'm going to need to look at rendering videos in 4K. Now, it isn't strictly necessary to do that, but it is going to be something that I would have to start looking at, and I cannot do that. I do not have the ability to do that, not only with the processing power, but I do not have the ability to do that full stop with trying to clip it. Yeah, great. That is a really horrible junction. We have a junction like that in the UK, or actually quite a few, where you come off the roundabout and it just feeds in. Not good at all. So yes, I do not think I would be able to render at 4K. Uploading at 4K, probably not a problem, but certainly the render time at 4K would be a problem. So that is something to consider. The second thing is do I really need 4K? I have a PlayStation 5, as you may know because of Gran Turismo 7, if you've ever watched my Gran Turismo 7 videos. Now, I've been playing on 1080p the entire time. I actually plugged it into 4K for the first time I cannot remember which game was I playing. I think it was a PlayStation Plus free game. Oh, it was the new Tiger Woods PGA Tour. I do not think they call it Tiger Woods anymore, but that is what I remember it as. So the new PGA Tour 2K23, by the way, short review, extremely buggy game. Do not recommend as I suppose this is the only golf title. If there were alternatives and competitive other golf titles, I would probably recommend those over this one. Extremely buggy. So yes, that is a different point. I played it for the first time on a 4K screen, television screen. I moved my PlayStation somewhere else just to try it, and it just felt strange. It was a really strange thing to be doing, playing a game in 4K. Now, I'm not sure if that is the television screen itself, or whether it just did not seem right. On top of that, I think I tried to play Spider-Man as well, and that started lagging, although I think that might be... No, that I was going to say, was that the remastered one? It was not, and that was lagging. So yes, I think that at least for the PlayStation, 4K is not necessary. Now, as I said, I have the rendering issues to look at, and then on top of that is I'm going to have to upgrade my 2070 to be able to run even 1440p. There is a massive difference in, and this is at 60 FPS, there is a massive difference in price to be able to run 4K the way I would want to and run 1440p the way I would want to. So I may as well stick with 1440p. 27-inch monitors, I doubt that 4K would be usable, or it would be easily discernible, at least with a 27-inch monitor, particularly at the distance I run it. It's just going to make everything seem way smaller. So I think that would not be necessary. In addition to that, I would need to get a new recording device regardless, because my recording device is really old and can only do 1080p at 60 FPS, just about. No HDR, nothing like that. So there isn't any compatibility for any of that sort of stuff. What are we slowing down for? Roundabouts. Okay. Roundabout looks clear. Just make it over the roundabout and then I shall continue my discussion. There we go. I think I'm doing rather well with this. Famous last words. That is now going to absolutely ruin everything. So yes, I'm going to need a new recorder. Now, I have got my eye on a new Elgato. and so Elgato is what I use. I've been using Elgato for years, but the Elgato device that I have my eye on is not able to do 4K at 60 FPS. Now, I think 60 FPS gaming is quite useful, reasonable on YouTube. I remember when I first started seeing 60 FPS gaming, it was really interesting to see. So I think that I want to keep the 60 FPS gaming, and therefore my only real option would be to record at 1440p. Now, the new device that I am looking at does have the option. Oh right, flashing ambers. That means give way. Everything looks clear. There we go. So it does have a pass-through option wherein I could record at 1440, but I could play at 4K. But I'm just thinking about how that would end up looking, and I think that would actually look more problematic because of the differences in size. So I think that it really is not going to look great in that format. And as I said, costing wise, I think it is quite an expensive investment to go from what I have right now, which is 1080p, all the way up to 4K. So I think 1440p is going to be the best bet. Now, this may not happen for a while. Certainly the costs are quite varied. I've just noticed how bright it is right now outside, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning. In the UK, it isn't this bright at 2 in the morning. We have a fair amount of light, but it isn't this much. It kind of makes sense though, where we are in the world. So yes, the upgrade to 1440p is probably not going to happen for a while. I'll have to do it in little stages. First off, maybe get the new Elgato. After I've got the new Elgato, I'll look at getting a new graphics card. Once I've got the new graphics card, then I shall look at getting a new monitor. And then next year I'm also looking at perhaps upgrading my CPU and motherboard. So they are 10th gen CPU, it's a 10th gen CPU and obviously subsequent motherboard. But I kind of want to wait until the 14th gen. And the reason for that is, if I wait for the 14th gen, why is this 43? I've just realised I'm very much speeding, but why is this 43? I'm also missing quite a lot of opportunities here for screenshots, but oh well. So, what was I saying? What was I saying? Oh yes, I need to upgrade my CPU, but currently, as I said, it is 10th gen, a 10700K. It seems to be doing me perfectly fine right now, but going forward, I want to be able to push the limits a little bit more, which is something I cannot do at this point in time. And I'm not looking to go to a absolute top end 900 series CPU or whatever the AMD equivalent is. I can never remember the AMD equivalents for these. The 90s, is it? The 80s or the 90s are the AMD equivalents. So I'm not looking at doing that. So the Ryzen, what are they right now? Is it Ryzen 9? Ryzen 9 7900? 7950X? No, that might be the graphics card. 7950X 3D is, I think that's the graphics card. I need to do my research. I have not really been keeping on top of the latest CPU, GPU trends, as I have not needed them. So I need to, as I said, I do need to keep on top of those. Did that person just do a full loop? But once I have figured that out, that was not too bad. Ooh, that is far from ideal. Nothing's coming around this way though. Once I've figured that out, then I will look to figure out what I want. Now, I will probably be sticking with Intel. I've used AMD previously. I used to use AMD quite a bit, so I think they are relatively competitive now between the two of them, often trading blows. So yes, for me, I would probably stick with Intel and Nvidia. I'm sort of tempted between the two. So I've just seen a potential for a thumbnail, so I'm going to try and look at taking one. Maybe not. No, actually, it does look reasonable. That does look reasonable. Just bring that focusing back just a bit, like that. There we go. So yes, I might stick with Nvidia, although AMD is something I could consider going forward. It all depends on pricing. It all depends on what I go with my machine. If I'm going for an AMD graphics card, and this is perhaps a little bit of consumer advice here, if you go for an AMD graphics card, you're probably better off going with an AMD processor, just because you can get all the benefits of the graphics card with the processor. They've got special technology which allows them to interact better with AMD processors, the graphics cards that is, and it just gives it a faster throughput, faster bandwidth. I think it's actually more bandwidth on the however they run the PCIe lanes, and so with that you get a better experience with the graphics card. But then these are things that I need to consider. All of these things need to be taken into consideration. North Sea, not sure. No, I doubt. No, it isn't going to be the North Sea because of where I am. That would be an inland sea of some sort. I have not used high gears yet in this video today. Perhaps I should. There we go. Up to a high gear we go. 6H, save some fuel. So yes, that is probably my plans over the next year or so. Then hopefully you will get to see some videos in 1440p as opposed to just 1080p. And that may look better, hopefully. But it's all down to costs. What happens, as I said, I want to wait for the 14th gen to come out, because I think waiting for the 14th gen will be a good idea. Could have taken the screenshots here, never mind. Will be a good idea because the 13th gen was the first of the then newer architectures, and I think the 14th gen it was supposed to be a new gen entirely, but I think they're doing a refresh which will probably work. Was the 12th gen the first of the new architectures? Now I cannot remember. The 10th gen, because you had 10th to 11th. Yes, there was the 10th to 11th gen which I think the 11th gen was probably better than the 10th gen. The 9th gen was just a fire, literal, and I do mean this in a sense, literally. It would burn, run extremely hot, thermal throttle, just not the greatest of CPUs, unfortunately, which is why I did not get a 9th gen CPU, because I was looking at the time. I certainly was looking for a 9th gen CPU, but I ended up getting a 10th gen. I waited a little bit longer to move from the 4770K, which is what I had before. So I went from a 4th gen to a 10th gen, which is quite a jump. Normally people tend to change up or upgrade every 4 generations, 3-4 generations. I waited for 6. So yes, I think this time 4 generations will do nicely for me. I'm just rambling on. I'm just trying to find something to talk about, and these are things that I'm currently considering, and of course costs that are incurred for them can be substantial. Graphics card prices are abysmal at the moment, really, both on the AMD and Intel side. They are AMD and Nvidia side, and I suppose Intel as well with their Arc graphics cards. They seem to have sort of fallen off the map. I do not hear much of the Arcs anymore. There's been an accident. That is far from ideal. That truck is coming up on the outside quite quickly. I suppose I should let it overtake. There we go. How much longer do I have on this journey? I think there is quite a ways to go. I'm just thinking whether I should stop or not. I think perhaps continuing will be. Why did you do that? Why have you done this? You pulled in to. Okay, that is a little confusing. This is excellent. This just looks so nice. All of this. Wherever we are right now, this is all excellent. Oh dear me. You managed to pull in to behind me quite nicely. Yes, this is all quite excellent. What else do I talk about? It's a little bit laggy, I will say that. There we go. That is another reason to perhaps look at upgrading my CPU or GPU. I'm not sure which one this is bound by. I think this is bound by GPU. I do think this is GPU bound. This surely cannot be CPU bound. I do not think there is enough computation going on for this to be CPU bound, right? It is a shame that I cannot increase the view distance for this. If you look in the rear view mirror, you can see, or the side mirror, you can see everything is disappearing behind me quite rapidly. Now, I know a little bit about map development in Euro Truck Simulator 2, so I know why it is doing that and how it works. And I think there is a hard limit as well on the whole, how far back you can see and the visibility both in front of you and behind you. So it is a little unfortunate, but that is that, unfortunately. Hence why I said it was unfortunate, but there we go. The more I drive on these roads with these lanes going in and out, the less I am favourable of them. I think that they have the ability to cause chaos, a lot of it. I think this person can you can go in. There we go. I actually do not think I need lights on anymore. I'll leave my side lamps on for now, and then I shall see what I can do. I think this, if I press these in, one of these will give me how long there is remaining, right? 5 hours 30. That is going to take this video to nearly an hour in length. Do I want a video that is an hour in length? Although it is already 41 minutes, I cannot have a video that is 20 minutes in length. I should have looked at this earlier instead of babbling on over and over nonsensically about GPUs and CPUs and 1440p and 4K and 1080p and Elgato devices and what's not. Although I have to say, the Elgato device has done me really well over the years. It has been an excellent device. No real issues with it. I think at one point I did try to update Elgato software and it threw a wobbly, but aside from that, excellent device. So yes, over the years, how many years have I been using this? I had this Elgato device before I even had my 2070. So, and the 2070 when it came out, when I purchased it, was relatively new. Lots of traffic in that direction. Why is it that there is always traffic in the opposing direction to where I'm travelling? Not that I'm complaining, there just seems to be a substantial amount of traffic in the opposite direction to travel. I suppose that's maybe something that is programmed in not to make it too tedious or tiresome for the player. Anyway, back to what I was talking about, which was the Elgato. Yes. Oh, Pirelli truck. Sorry, being distracted. The Elgato device has done me really well for the past 5 years. Really no issues, so to speak. Great quality. More of my issues have tended to come from the USB, having a USB port that is not suitable or having problems. So occasionally I used to have corrupt videos. I still do when it seems like the Elgato or the USB, when I stop recording, the USB wants to maybe cut off the connection, the transmission early. I'm not entirely sure how it works. It might be an Elgato thing, but I can usually fix it. There's been an accident here, so I shall continue forward. I had to stop for that S-Max, so I had to get out of the way, really. So, yes, it is useful. I mean, I'm just thinking about what problems I could have going forward using USB Type-C. I have some fairly old equipment. Most of my computer has no Type-C connection whatsoever. I could probably fit one in by making some adjustments. Certainly that is possible, but yes, my computer has no Type-C. I think my laptop does. It does have a Type-C, but it isn't. Is anybody going to go? Yeah, you are. That's fine. You do that. I'm not sure why they didn't move over earlier, but oh well. So, yes, my laptop has one Type-C at the back, and I think the new Elgato does use Type-C, so I could always look into that. Although I would like to consider moving my audio recording from a TRS or a 3.5 mil jack to a USB-C. So I'd have to perhaps consider that. Now I'm just talking out loud. But for now, that is all okay, I suppose. Really, I guess I could still use an Elgato from C to A. I'll have to have a look at what they have. That, as I said, that may be my first purchase when I can get it, because it is probably going to be the wisest thing to get. Right, how far away are we? 3.5 hours. We are making time, making good time, making some progress. Stockholm is coming up, but we are going to be turning off from there. And then I suppose in the next video it is going to be a short journey to go over to Stockholm to then build my new truck, which, as I said, I'm going to have a Scania, but I think the plan with the new truck is going to be something that is very specifically tailored for maybe heavy cargo. So instead of having this, which is a general purpose lorry, I'd have one very much tailored for heavy cargo. And then I would look at seeing if I can get some heavier cargo jobs. The thing is, I do not know how heavier cargo we can get in Euro Truck Simulator 2. So if we have cargo, Stockholm 169 kilometers, if we have heavier cargo that is only 35 tons, then it probably is not worth it. But if we have heavy cargo that is 70 or 80 tons, then maybe, just maybe, it will be worth doing that. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure at all. I'm trying to ramble on about as much as I possibly can at this point in time. There are certain topics that 124 kilometers to Stockholm. There are certain topics I wish to stay away from that have happened recently, just because I do not think I am qualified to talk about them, even if I know a little bit about it. So I'm not going to, and I'm sure people will be able to search online, and if you know about computing, you will know the topic that I am referring to on YouTube and further beyond. Excellent vessel, truck, lorry, cab. I am wondering whether it is worth me maybe even upgrading this a little. One of the things that I have been considering, given how long this series has been running, one of the things that I have been considering... Oh, we do have some... What are you doing? Why do you keep hitting the brakes? Oh, hold on. What is going on here? I cannot see what is going on here, so I have no idea. I also need to cough. Cough completed. I think there's been an accident. Thank you to that lorry. Yes, there has been an accident. Go on. Okay, never mind. I thought you might just sneak in front. There needs to be signs. So, in the UK we have signs showing you that there is a road closure ahead. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. That is a new one. That is definitely a new one. I think I've put my microphone too low. It's okay. I'm sure I can compress it to be where it needs to be. How long do I have to go? 2 hours. So that will be another 10 minutes? Perhaps? Maybe not. Yes, this series has been running for a very, very long time. Occasionally, I think about calling it quits with the series. I just seem to be doing the same thing constantly, but it seems to be getting the likes, it seems to be getting some views. And it isn't that bad, it is a decent series. I just have a whole heap of problems with the AI, really. The roads are actually, some of the roads are bad, but Promods fixes everything. Promods is great. It's an excellent add-on, product, mod, DLC, whatever you want to call it. I suppose you would call it a mod because this is technically a map mod, but the size of Promods, it's almost like downloadable content. Those overhead signs that you just saw, there's some in the opposite carriageway right now, and those ones just there that we are about to go under now. So those sorts of signs, I feel like those are really, really important to use. Okay. Where am I going? I think I'm going here. Excuse me, car. I need to pull in here and then go here, since this is the Stockholm junction. There, so right now it says 70, so what I would want is, well, that says 70, but I'm clearly able to go faster. Interesting, because it still says 50 on my speedo, and that is in miles per hour, which is 80 kilometers per hour. What would be excellent is if somehow you could, in ETS, you could get those signs to dynamically change when there's an accident, showing you a lane closure, showing you a restricted speed, and things along those lines. I think that would be excellent. It would really work well and add another level, another dimension to ETS 2. Although it is a really good product in and of itself, and the fact that all of these years later, and we are talking, how long has ETS 2 been out? I remember picking it up. I have it on disc. That is how old this is. So this was before the Steam version was even out. And I purchased Euro Truck Simulator 2 Gold, which was the base game plus, what are you doing? It was the base game plus the Scandinavia DLC. That was what the ETS 2 Gold was. And I have that on disc, and I think Since then, of course, there have been so many DLCs, so many updates. I have no idea what version of ETS2 that was. Was it 1.2? Maybe? That whoever was the driver of that, was it Dodge Charger? Very poor driving. I don't know what I've got stuck in my throat. Is it because I've been talking for nearly an hour? Just my voice is just like, no, you just stop. Right, roundabouts. Ooh, this one's all the way from Spain. Excellent. Watch the back of the trailer. Very, very important. Ah, there is our destination. Right there. This has been a 1 hour video. Whoops. That was not something I intended to do. But, oh well. Now I think if I can get to Scania, this is going to be quite funny if I go to Scania and there is no Scania dealership at Scania. I think that is going to be funny, perhaps meant to be annoying. How am I going to reverse this trailer? I've just realised I've caused myself trouble here. Yes, I've caused myself a lot of trouble. Should I have turned down there? No. Sightseer, another achievement. But I am going here, Polaris Lines. I assume that... turn in, be careful. That has worked rather nicely, and then... thank you. Because I need to go in... somewhere. Okay. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Where exactly am I supposed to drop this off? Because I'm not getting on said ferry. Oh, there it is, right ahead of me. Directly ahead. So I suppose we're going straight. Oh dear. And where do you want me to drop it off? Oh no, wait, this is good. This is good. This is very good. No big trouble. Please stand green. There we go. Okay, and that is the end of that. That is the end of that ramble. And let's go ahead and detach the trailer. Did not even have to look behind me there. Excellent. So, £26,719 base payment. Proficiency gives me 9,500. 2.5 for long distance. 5. Oh, that's quite good actually. That is quite good. Do we have anything going to Stockholm? No. Do you have anything from here going to Stockholm? Full stop. No. I was just trying to see if I could make use of anything. So, truck dealers. Okay, there has to be one here, right? Because there's... yes, there has to be a Scania dealer somewhere in here. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this video here, and in the next video I'm going to drive over, or I might just jump over, quick travel, oops, might just quick travel over to Stockholm not actually been to Stockholm. Yes, I have. So I might just quick travel over there just to make it a little bit easier and then go ahead and purchase another truck. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to click on the like button if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more videos on Euro Truck Simulator 2. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. Don't forget to support me on Patreon if you can do so. Link is in the description box below for that, as are links to my social media and my Discord channel. So do go check out the description box for all of that. That is all from me, and I shall see you next time in Euro Truck Simulator 2, where, as I said, we're going to purchase a brand new truck, and then I guess we could use it, possibly. Do you know what? I just want to know maximum cargo weights at the moment. That one doesn't even tell me. 50 tons. 50 tons is fairly heavy, I suppose, and then goes back down to 28 tons. Right. Slightly concerned, but I'm sure I can make it work. I shall see you next time, where we shall buy a new Scania.